All right, Meow. Hopefully everyone is having as good of a Thursday as they can, that you and your loved ones are thriving, you're not affected by the inclement weather or the wildfires. Thank you for being here. We beat Plantera. It didn't go great. We did it on the first try, but boy did it take a minute. We did finally stumble across the temple. So we are going to try to get the golem today. If we don't get the golem today, we'll definitely get there on Meow Day. This is Terraria Calamity mod. It makes the game significantly harder, but it also has a lot of quality of life. That reminds me I need to change the text at the top and have that say pre-golem, because that's like the next threshold that I need to beat as far as like vanilla progression would go. There are a few other things we need to do. There's probably some things in the dungeon I need to farm up. I have a full set of, I think, Reaver armor. It's the next step up from Hollowed that I can make. That is made from perennial ore, which I think is meant to be like a slight downgrade from chlorophyte. I'm gonna need to farm in the dungeon because ectoplasm, I think, plus chlorophyte equals shroomite. And then shroomite is, at least in vanilla, almost the best ranged armor. And I usually end up doing some sort of range build because it turns out being farther away from the enemy means more time to react, being able to kite. Quite a few enemies will have, oh, you're like on it or near it, you're going to take contact damage. And I was seeing that when I ran out of like my good arrows against Plantera. I was closing into melee range and either I would have like an AoE spore cloud or I would just get chunked. And then it would also do armor break, so each hit would do more subsequent damage, you know? I will need to create a surface mushroom biome to get the mushroom NPC. The reason why that's important is because he sells something that lets you make the shroomite bars. We already have a graveyard, which can be another way to supplement the ectoplasm. I'm also going to need to fight Plague Bringer Goliath at some point. Think of it similar to the Queen Bee, but it's significantly stronger. And when I did Calamity the first time and I got past Moonlord, I was very surprised at how hard the Plague Bringer, aka PBG, was. I ended up having to use like a set that had a set bonus that you would more or less be blind, and then you would have like a massive damage buff while you're blind. So I was using a weapon that had auto homing bullets, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna point and I'm gonna hope the bullets hit me. And it probably took 3 or 4 hours for me to actually beat the fight, because it was like about an hour or two clearing out the arena, then 2 hours trying to figure out how I could beat it, and then I had to like come back the next day and then beat it. I also need to set up a farm for sharks because I do need shark fins for Mega Shark. That builds into a really good minigun later, and I'll be using the chlorophyte bullets because homing. I have to be careful because there's a NPC that's like neutral, but if you end up killing it, it will spawn a Anahita and Leviathan boss fight, which you can technically do it pre-Plantera, but I think the wiki recommends doing it post-Plantera because it is a difficult fight. So I don't want to trigger that given the opportunity, you know? We also cleaned out our inventory a bit so I'd have more room for what we need. So right off the jump, I'm going to do a bunch of silt because I need diamonds and I need emeralds for magic storage. we're going to nom all the life fruits because I think I can't do like the special calamity life raising items until I max out my health bar with life fruit. Okay. I'm gonna bring some mud, but I don't think I need a lot. I'm gonna bring all the stone blocks. I do need to build a house on the surface biome. I want water candles because I'm gonna want these for wherever I'm gonna farm things. Water candles increase spawn rate. So like you build some platforms, you do some bonfires, you do a heart lantern, and then, oh, I need X item, and X item drops from Y mob. You want to have as many of them as possible so you can get it done faster, because a lot of them will have low spawn rates. I am likely going to need a heart lantern at some point too. Let's make at least one of those now. Havoc's breath, it's a flamethrower. I'm going to be using that for golem, and then we're going to need gel for that. I'm also going to bring some mahogany just in case I need wood for something. I probably do need wood for the housing. All right, so let's start working on all that. I hope you're having as good of a Thursday as you can. We'll be looking at some palace cats later. I did learn that Moose, the male palace cat at the zoo in Columbus, Ohio, passed away. I fucking hate that for us, but he was able to breed with his partner Tina, and they produced several palace cats. So Lord willing, those kittens will thrive and go on to continue Moose and Tina's heritage, you know? Let's see. All right, at the very least, we're gonna make the lantern. We're gonna want a few bonfires, probably 3. I'm gonna want a second heart lantern eventually. Let's just make the implements I'm gonna need now so I don't have to make them there. Okay. Workbenches double as tables, so I never make normal tables. We already have torches, so we're fine. Yeah, we'll be okay. All right, so we were building the mushroom biome. Let's see. Where is it? Somewhere in here, because jungle is mud, so I don't have to waste what's it called, a bunch of explosives and time to convert dirt to mud. And I was doing that on my other character because it turns out using rocket launchers that have nukes that don't have like an arming time, that's more efficient than waiting for fuses from dynamite to explode. I also could try to set up a farm for the sharks in the sand, because there are sand sharks, but I kind of already have an arena set up in the ocean, so that might just be easier to do. Another good thing about the mushroom biome, similar to Hallowed, is it slows corruption. So having Hallowed, it's going to keep the corruption from extending. Mushroom will do the same thing. That's why my base is almost always in a Hallowed biome. That way my base can't be taken over by corruption. Meh. It also reminds me of Rainbow Unicorn Attack. I just gotta figure out where we left off. All right. We're almost there. Okay, good. Yep, that's fine. That's jungle. Here's the mushroom biome that I was working on. We use the clintometer. Basically, you spray dye to a corresponding biome, and the dye passes through the tiles and changes it. So this is my service mushroom biome, and I didn't have mushroom seeds. That's why we went with using the clintometer. So we'll go all the way back, and we'll start building our house. I want this patch to grow, so I'm gonna probably wait a little bit. I'm also gonna put a platform like here, because I don't want to get jumped by like the arapaima and other fish. Because while this is the mushroom biome, it's still the jungle, so you're gonna have various jungle related mobs showing up trying to kill me. All right, so I guess we need to make some platforms. We need to save the rest of it for wood walls, since you need to make walls in order to have a, what's it called? Have it be a unit that one can live in. I'm wearing my Ankh shield so I won't get knocked back by enemies. Alright, we want to let that slowly fill in. And it's high enough that they can't jump up on us. I mean, we can still get hit by mobs that spawn on it, but not the guys down there at least. Also, I could probably fish in there, or I could fish from here. So we love that for us. Alright. Ah, leave me alone. Yoink. Alright. Oh, that's gonna be in the way. Okay. If I get any spare mushroom seeds, we can help fill that in. It doesn't have to be even, just like, you know, an approximation, as it were. Alright, that's fine. We'll let that fill in. We'll then pop over to the ocean and we'll start working on the farm for that. We do have the, yeah, this is the arena I created specifically for Anahita and Leviathan, but we're not there yet. So I'm gonna start looking for my sharks. That being said, if we are gonna do that, I am gonna need to bring the water accessories that make it easier to stay in water longer. Seagulls. I can also do some fishing here if I really need to. I wonder if enemies will change, because now it's a hollowed ocean. That would be neat, but I'm not expecting it. All right, let's see. We then also want to put a heart lantern like here, because then the heart lantern will extend down to here, and then it will extend up here. So where are the actual bonfires? Okay, I did put them in the top. Okay, that's fine then. So let's try to find like what would feel like the halfway point, and we'll put the it there. Alright, so like here and then slightly above. Okay, we can make that work. There we go. Heart lanterns and bonfires both give flat regen, and they stack. So an extra 2 regen a second, it's not nothing, you know. Alright, so right at the edge it does fall off technically, so I will want to be mindful about kiting that far out. So, chat, what are you up to today? Have you had a good Thursday? Have you had anything good to eat? Are you done with work? Was it your day off? What's up? And it's got like the weird firework candle background because I did kill a boss earlier. All right, let's pop back and grab some of the aquatic items that are gonna help me stay in the water longer. Mainly things like amulet and maybe another one. Let's see if we can find those real quick. Just doing a few quick stacks. So yeah, this one is good because it will let me have breathing underwater when standing still. And then realistically, that's probably the only one we needed. There is like a second one we could use, but I don't think I need it. And we'll probably put that in place of the Charm of Myth because we're not actively fighting a boss. So we'll have that. I do have silt, so we're absolutely gonna try to see what we can pull out of that via the extractinator. That'll also give time for the mushrooms to take over that one biome that I was growing. Okay. We want diamond and we want emerald. Anything else is a bonus. This is gonna take a minute, but I went through my inventory. No diamonds, no emeralds. I have all the other ones, so it's like, oh, of course, that's the one. The one that we need is the one we don't have. But this can, Silt has a loot table of like money, gems, ore, and sometimes fossils. So if you get like an extractinator early on in the game, and you can put silt, you can put slush, and then I think it's also sturdy fossils. All those are basically loot boxes, and if you get them early, it really helps accelerate your progression. I legit did not find an extractinator until I got into hard mode. So by the time I got it, I more or less didn't need it. This isn't as ASMR as the noise when you're making platforms. It's like a brrr, but it still gets the job done, I think. Also, if I were short on money, I've gone through like 500 blocks of silt and I've made 21 gold. So that's kind of neat. And I mean, that says not like that's actual gold. That's saying nothing of the value from like the ore and the other things that we've picked up from it. So after we do this, we're going to set up a level of farm for the shark fins. I think I need at least 5 shark fins to make the mega shark. Mega shark's more or less a minigun. It builds into several other things. Chlorophyte plus bullets equals chlorophyte bullets. They don't do amazing damage, but it's a high rate of fire and they home. So it's more or less like having an aimbot. That being said, if there's like 3 targets on your screen at once, they'll have some trouble hitting what you want. So it's more of a, is this a boss that is hard to hit due to how fast it is, and it doesn't have like a bunch of ads? I'm going to use the chlorophyte. That being said, because it is homing and it does relatively low base damage, it's not going to be able to burst down bosses, which can be scary. Okay, I filled up all my inventory slots. Let's put some of the ore away. Let's see. There you go. I noticed it because Topaz and Sapphire. Also, we have an ad break in about 30 seconds. Do some stretching, grab some water. I'll still be here churning out my silt when you come back. VOD friends, lurkers, I hope you've had a great Thursday so far. If you're in the future, may your Friday be splendid. We will be back shortly. And we're back. I hope you all were able to take advantage of the break. It will be interesting to see if I can actually use the Havoc's Breath to deal with Plantera insofar as fire. And it's meant to be used, it can be used against a harder boss. So that has me hoping that because it can handle Golem, it'll be good against Plantera as well. Because the Dark Echo Great Bow was the quote-unquote recommended range weapon. And it was like the first one that they recommended. And even with Hellfire arrows, it was not great. Like, I went through all my Hellfire arrows, at least 500 of them, and I was lucky to take down Plantera like a third. So then I literally was in ranged armor using a weapon that was not overly recommended. So here's hoping Havoc's Breath will be enough. But let's finish off the silt. So far we haven't gotten any emeralds/diamonds, and either that means they aren't in the loot table, or I just keep getting ruby, topaz, sapphire, and amethyst instead. And amber. All right, I don't think we got any. So that's underwhelming, but at least now we're not sitting on a bunch of silt wondering if we got anything good from it, you know? All right. Oh, I did get diamonds. Okay, so that's not awful. We just never got any emeralds. So we'll make ore, and then we'll just sell it all off, because let's be real, I don't need it. Not really, at least. I think the only one I would consider keeping would be amber, and then iron/lead, because iron and lead are used to make minecart tracks and a lot of other utility items. So that I'm never not gonna need certain material, you know? All right, let's see. Keep. Don't need tin. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right, so let's quick stack as much of the stuff that I know we can. I think I will keep some iron or lead on me, because then I can do various like reinforced door, trapdoor, etc. Okay. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Okay. I'm always having to eyeball what got removed. Right, the bonfires, okay. And the water candles? Water candle got removed somewhere. Let's figure out where it went. Maybe Magic Storage has it, but I really wish each chest had like a search, like the chest had a search bar and I could type in the thing and it would auto show it. Where the fuck did my water candles go? Well, there's 2. I don't know where the rest of them went, so we'll just stick with that for now. All right, it's probably all mushroom now. So we'll head back to the ocean and we'll head to the right. And the mushroom biome has to be on the surface. So I figured I'd make the mushroom biome right next to the elevator to the temple. That way it can be like, oh, I need to go to the temple. I can just hop, skip, and a jump over. All right. Okay, good. It's completely populated at this point. Yoink. All right, let's start some building. That's gonna be an issue. I'm just gonna put him up and let him deal with the mobs, even if it just grabs their attention. I don't have unlimited flight, so it's not as easy to do building compared to the other character. And I definitely want to put it up slightly so that enemies like the fish, the arapaima or whatever they're called, can't just be like, hey, what's up, you know? Okay, I think I'm actually gonna put the door like here. So let's move that slightly. I know this is gonna be uneven, but I need more space for the houses, since each unit needs like a specific amount of dimension, you know? All right, so we're getting there. I'm going to need a lot more things though. Okay, so 1. Okay, chair. Light source, just for now. This all needs to be walled in still, but at the very least we have that going. So let's do stone walls, since we have a lot of excess stone. And we'll probably need like close to 1,000 to fill this. Like, it always takes more than I think. So I'm gonna make an abundance of it rather than not enough. This is gonna take a minute, but it's necessary. That'll give us the mushroom biome NPC, and then we can buy, I think it's the auto jack, which is the tool needed to make shroomite bars. For light, I'm also gonna put another one of that setup down here. Not doors yet. We need to figure out where I'm gonna be putting the doors. How I'm gonna break this up, you know? Okay. Okay, that's a start. Okay, good. Need to make sure I'm not missing any part. If there's like one gap not filled, then it doesn't count as a house. We're also gonna want to catch these frogs at some point, Because I think you can turn frog into frog leg and then be like, hey, guess what? Now I have a thing I need. I think you need like 6 of them or something. I'm not sure. All right. Just for now, we'll extend the platform so it's easier to place the wall backdrop. Okay. I can almost reach. I'm a big fan of the mushroom biome. I don't think mushroom biome on surface has the specific music, but the music for the underground mushroom biome is really cool. I also like the music of the brimstone crag area. Basically, it's always to the right of hell. I guess I could do it this way. It's definitely not ideal. There we go. So we made, I think, like 800 or so, and we're probably gonna go through half of it by the time this is all said and done. And I mean, I still need to build like a house in the desert, so I'll probably end up using all of the stone wall I made. All right. Okay. Good. Now I just gotta figure out how we're divvying the units up. Okay. Probably, well, let's see. I think that'll be fine. Then we just gotta remove the platform. We can add the platform back if we need it, but I don't want it to impede with this being considered a house. Okay, that's probably fine. Door, we need another door, there we go. Does this count? I think it does. Yes, that's what we want. That's what kids want in their cereal. So then we'll need to more or less eyeball it and do it again. There you go. I think that's too short by 1. So let's do that instead. All right. Oh no, not the ducks. I like birds. So I hope I hope he's not trying to kill the ducks. That would be some foul business, if you know what I'm saying. Geese, though? Geese are fair game. They can fuck off. Especially the Canadian goose. Lights, oh, because this is counting it. Okay, that's fair. All right. Let's make sure this technically counts. It does. And then this middle one will be large enough. So what we'll do for that, think we'll make stairs with this. And by stairs, I mean a ladder. Okay, Just so the AI doesn't kill itself in a video game. Or is, like, unable to path there, you know? No, it's probably not going to be able to still. Yeah, I think we'll have to leave it like that. Okay. There we go. That way I can walk down and not die. Because sometimes you'll designate an NPC to a part of the house, and they'll be like, okay, we live here, but we can't get to it, you know? Okay. That's gonna be annoying, but we'll probably be fine. Let's put another one in the middle, like right here. It's not gonna be even, but it's gonna be good enough, which is kind of what matters here. All right, same thing. We're gonna extend the ladder. Is this expert or master mode? Oh, are they? Thank you for the heads up. 40-second. I will absolutely change those tags right now. This is Calamity. So there's a bunch of NPCs that Calamity adds. I hope you, your sister, and the cats are thriving. Thank you for stopping by. Let me make those changes to my tags if I can right now. I remembered to change the category, but apparently I did not change all my stream tags. So I apologize for that. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Okay. Now I just got to remember how to do it. Okay. Terraria Calamity. Yeah, that'll do. All right. Thank you for letting me know that. 40-second. Hopefully it's not an issue going forward for the next few weeks. I am glad to hear that you are persisting. And yeah, so Calamity, yes. So one of the things Calamity does is it changes progression, and it adds a lot of progression after Moonlord. So I'll take you through like the wiki real quick, and you'll see some of the things that I'm talking about. So let's see, let me go to bosses. I'm gonna zoom. So pre-hard mode, you have a Desert Scourge. It's more or less a worm. You have Crabulon, which is basically a mushroom crab. You have the Hive Mind, which is a new boss added to Corruption. You have the Perforator added to Crimson. All regarding Mystic Frog, I am not sure, and I don't know if I have Mystic Powder at Purification Powder at the moment. And then Slime God, it's 3 slimes at once: a King Slime, a Crimson Slime, and an Ebon Slime. Right now we're in hard mode. We beat Plantera yesterday. Prior to Plantera, we had killed Cryogen, which is the snow biome boss. It has an NPC called the Archmage that gives you a bunch of stuff after. A Sulphurous Sea, it replaces one of the ocean biomes. It has like 5 levels. The water is acid. It has an abyss level with like giant sharks, and you need a pressure suit to thrive through there. Hell has an extension to it called the Brimstone Crag, and I can actually show you that in a minute. And it adds like at least 12 bosses post Moonlord. It allows you to craft things that would normally be like drops only in vanilla. It adds a lot of content. It does make the game significantly harder. There's also, I think this is something that Lucy mentioned, Infernum, which is even harder still. And for example, when I started playing Calamity, I basically treated it like normal Terraria. I got to Plantera, I couldn't beat it, and I'm like, I can't be bothered. But then after beating Terraria, I decided to go back to Calamity, and I set it up by myself, and I was able to get past Moonlord and probably kill about 8 of the post Moonlord bosses. So we did Calamitous Clone yesterday. I still need to fight Leviathan and Anahita. That's a 2-boss fight in the ocean. I'm not doing Astrum Aureus yet because Astrum Aureus is like, I think, post Golem, but pre Moonlord. Plaguebringer Goliath is basically what if Queen Bee was hard. I'm not doing that anytime soon. What we want to do today is we want to get upgrades and weapons needed for the Golem fight. After Golem fight, I don't even know if we'll get to the Golem fight today, but the long and short of it is we want to get ready to fight Golem. We want to set up an arena for Golem, and there's some other stuff we have to do, like getting shark fins for Mega Shark, setting up the mushroom biome so I can get the mushroom NPC, so I can have my auto jack and I can start making Shrumite armor. Yeah, like Queen, it has a similar like motion of attack from Queen Bee, but it has a bunch of extra stuff as well. And after you beat the Plaguebringer Goliath, you'll get like smaller versions of it that'll absolutely Shrek you that just naturally spawn in the wild. So it's a real doozy of a fight, to put it mildly. It took me like 4 hours to beat it when I went up against it. Let me see what else you were talking about. Has it been a good day for you, the 42nd? What cats are with you right now, if at all? So yeah, this is me creating the mushroom biome. And yes, that is a mystic frog. I don't think I have purification powder on me right now, so I'm gonna catch it for now in case it goes away. After I finish building this, I'm gonna go back and see if we have purification powder. Yeah, like Plantera probably took me at least 10 minutes yesterday. We did it on the first try, but I had the recommended weapon. I was using like Hellfire arrows. I burnt through all my Hellfire arrows, and I only took Plantera down to like half HP at most. We also have an ad break in about 10 seconds. Grab some water, grab a snack, do some stretching. We will be back shortly. Oh, I love that for you. I'm sorry to hear that Schrodinger is inconveniencing your ramen. We'll be back shortly. All right, let's see. So we're continuing to do that. Very good. Would be the triad, right? All right, ad break is over. I looked up the Mystic Frog. If we see a Mystic Frog again, I will absolutely use the purification powder on it because that's a cool little Easter egg, similar to the taxpayer or tax collector. I hope everyone is enjoying the stream. I did mention Palace Cats. Okay, it looks like the Mystic Frog turned into a normal frog when I caught it. So if we see a Mystic Frog again, I will absolutely use the powder on it. But regarding Palace Cats, I ordered another Palace Cat pillow and it arrived today. So he's definitely not pleased. He's absolutely round. I have some pictures of him that will help showcase it better. He's 18 inches wide and very fluffy. Let's see. Okay. I don't usually achievement hunt, but if an achievement is funny or interesting to do, I'll do it. Not a beanbag pillow. It feels like some kind of plush, but I'm not gonna rip it open to figure out what kind. It's definitely more like a throw pillow rather than a functional pillow. All right, let me pull up some of the pictures I took. All right, so let's see if we can find these. I have a ottoman that is a fake stump, and since you know Palace Cats like to be on a stump, that's where I keep my Palace Cats. So that's one. Oh yeah, the sound would absolutely be satisfying. I completely agree. Like, a lot of achievements in games are like baby's first X, but if an achievement is something that's fun to do, like it's a funny Easter egg or do this in a certain way, I enjoy those kinds of achievements. So that was one of the pictures I took today. I have a few more. This one's fun because it showcases all my Palace Cat merch. I have the plush. I have a different Palace Cat plush. Then I have Russian nesting doll Palace Cats. And I stacked them on top of each other because there's a picture of 3 Palace Cats sitting on top of each other and it's called Join the Stack. And I thought it was adorable. Yes, Catception. Cats on cats on cats. Yes, the Torch God. The Torch God is useful because not only is it an achievement, but then you get a luck bonus for using the right kind of torches in the corresponding biome. Let me see if I can find the picture that was cats on cats on cats, the one that was loosely based on. This is gonna take a minute. Was your ramen good? Were you able to finish eating it before Schrodinger started like throwing hands? Let me see if we can find it this way. That's not the right one. Really? Why do you gotta be like this, Discord? Okay, I mean, I do the instant ramen myself. I'll actually save the noodles for something else. I'll pour it over couscous, and this weekend I'm gonna be more or less doing something similar, but I'll be throwing it in the crock pot instead. I am gonna try to find that picture before you go offline. I hope that the ramen was good and that you sleep well. Oh, I could not do noodles dry. Not to say that it would be impossible, Just more the fact that if I'm gonna eat the noodles, I want them to taste as good as they can, and eating them dry is not gonna be the way I want to do it. I'm just taking a quick gander looking for the specific image I'm talking about, and if I can't find it, then fuck me. All right. Oh, okay. I think I know. That reminds me of, like, not lo mein. Fuck, what is it? Chop suey. How they're like crispy, hard noodles and they actually, crunch, you know? So I know what you're talking about then. And I found the image that I was looking for. Let me see if we can find it. There we go. The mantle stack. You can definitely tell the mantle at the bottom is fucking having none of it. And then the top one's like, hey, what's up? But yeah, big fan. I'm glad I was able to find it before you have to deal with a potential frozen debuff. It's been cold as fuck here. Yeah, exactly. Like, it just gets grumpier each time. They're truly some of God's finest creatures, you know? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I love the feeling of a blanket fresh out of the dryer. It's pretty great. I was never allowed to have like an electric blanket because they're a notorious fire hazard. So yeah, throwing them in the dryer for a bit was always, it was a small thing, but it was nice. All right, let's go back to what we were doing. Okay, I need to actually get him to show up in that house. I suppose for now I'll just put other people in it, and then that will be like, it'll at least make the pylon function, you know? I mean, yeah, probably. I do like heat, and I do prefer dry heat, but at the end of the day, if it's like 120 Fahrenheit, it's still 120 Fahrenheit, you know? It's definitely got over 100 here, but most of the time it's like high 80s, low 90s with like a really high humidity index, and that makes it feel fucking horrible. Like, you wake up and you need your shower, you think about going outside and you need a shower, and it's just not a pleasant situation, you know? Like, I'll be sitting in my, more or less in my underwear at my desk, and I feel like I'm sweating buckets. And there's nothing I can do about it. Ah, my back. All right, so we're working on this still. Let's put some people in it so I can at least have the pylon being here. I also have to make sure I'm not removing people from places that I need, because as you know, you have to have at least 2 people living in it for it to count as a teleporter thing. Okay, so angler, painter, is the zoologist anywhere? Let's see. Okay, so we can't use the zoologist. So I'll go probably witch doctor, golfer. Let's do witch doctor and golfer. Okay. Where are you? Okay. It's also possible that the Mushroom Man can't spawn yet, despite having the, what's it called? Having the Mushroom Man built. Yes, we took out We took out Plantera yesterday. We got it on the first try. Hope you're doing well, Pizza Place. Thank you for stopping by. We were looking at Palace Cats earlier. They're absolutely adorable. Right now, I'm trying to set up a surface level mushroom biome. That way, I can get my auto hammer or whatever, the thing that makes termite bars. I need to fight Golem. We're not there yet. I still need to go in the jungle and farm things like ectoplasm. So it was going to be Golfer, and it was going to be... Oh, what's her name? Witch Doctor. There we go. Alright, so that's squared away for now. Dungeon is all the way like over here. So we're probably gonna teleport to the forest. What are you up to, Pizza Place? Did you work? Are you chilling? Have you had dinner? Let me read this. No, hold on. I've never unintentionally triggered hard mode because, as you know, you need to kill the wall of the flesh for hard mode. It's been my experience that, yeah, it is difficult to keep corruption from spreading, which is why I usually try to get hollowed biome or anything else that will help slow it down, like on both sides of my base. I actually didn't know about corruption impeding teleport pylons, so that is absolutely something I'm gonna need to look out for. I'm glad to hear that you're relaxing after working out, and I'm sorry to hear you're feeling slightly under the weather. Lord willing, you'll be right as rain soon, TM, and it isn't something worse. Mom was sick, but she was able to more or less nip it in the bud without it becoming like a huge issue. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I will probably have to grab the old Clentimator and then make sure to stop the corruption from spreading. I know that Mushroom and Hallowed, they both stymie the spread of corruption, and at least 2 of my pylons are in that. So in theory, those pylons are probably always going to function, and my ocean biome is technically a hollowed ocean, so I think it'll be fine from corruption as well. All right. And it's like a Cloud City type situation. Thank you, 42nd. I appreciate you lurking. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a good rest of your Thursday into Friday. And may you, the cats, and your sister continue to persist. This is Anne the Bandit. She's a new NPC that's meant to provide bonuses for the rogue class. Throwing weapons, stealth, stuff like that, you know? I'm trying to see if she even has anything I would want. Probably not, but I want to double check anyways. All right, let's see. These are all material, but I'm not sure what they build into without pulling up the wiki. I really like the idea of a rogue class because I do like stealth, but I'm pretty sure when it's just you, bosses can see through stealth. So as I play exclusively by myself, it wouldn't do anything for me. Okay. Oh, the stylist. Right. Alright. But yeah, we want to go into the not the jungle, the dungeon. We need to farm some ectoplasm and a few other things that drop. Because I really need my shroomite, etc. Actually, let me pull up what I need to make the mushroom guy spawn. I'm pretty sure that I've met the requirements, but maybe I haven't. Okay, Truffle. What do I need to do to trigger him? He shows up when vacant house, surface, mushroom biome. I've already done that. So in theory, he should be showing up already. I'm not sure yet. Maybe it'll take a while. If it doesn't, we'll just make a different mushroom biome on the surface. We can also check if it is above 0 on the surface, because if it's below 0, then it doesn't spawn. Let's just put a chest here for now, since it is close to the dungeon. Alright, let's go back to where we were, and let's see if the mushroom biome is considered above the surface, because if it doesn't, then we'll have to more or less build it up and go from there. Personally, I think it is above the surface, but I don't know. Oh, we still don't have the pylon, right? I'm pretty sure I do have a mushroom pylon. I'm just not sure if where I put it. I could possibly use the jungle one because it is technically like within the jungle, but I definitely would prefer to use the mushroom one. Okay. No. Wait. No. No, it's not that one. Never mind. No. I know it looks like it. I just have to figure out which box we put it in. I'm gonna grab it from my other character, and I'll put it in the box I know I want to put it in. Okay, so it's gonna be this. And this is my other world, where I've beaten almost all the bosses post, what's his face? Post Moonlord. Okay, pylon, and then we'll put it in a box at the top that is in the piggy bank. That way I can grab it from my other character. I could have sworn I already did this, but it's possible I put it in a box that I couldn't access on the other character. All right. There we go. All right, problem solved. Let's go back and grab that. Damn it. All right. We don't have perma-flight, so this is going to take a minute, but we'll get there. I think then we'll want to work on shark farming because I need the fins to make my mega shark. Mega shark with chlorophyte bullets. Good way of dealing with enemies that are hard to hit. though it is going to do significantly less damage because it doesn't have like the burst potential of other weapons for single target. Like this, yeah, this is surface, and there is a open unit, so there's no reason why this doesn't count as a mushroom biome. And there it is. Hell yeah. So we got that. We just gotta figure out where Truffle went. Okay, he's falling. That's gonna be a problem because he's gonna be dead. Let's see if we can get to him. Okay, good. He teleported back to where we needed him to be. So that's awesome. We love that. We love that. Now we can grab the auto hammer or whatever it's called, the auto jack, and we can use that to make shroomite once we have ectoplasm. Yep. Okay, good. And none of those are materials, so we don't care. I am gonna grab the hamoosh though, because I converted my pwn hammer into something else, and it no longer destroys altars. Okay. And we got some ducks. I do be loving ducks. Ducks are great. They're absolutely adorable. Geese, Canadian geese on the other hand, can F off. All right, let's drop our autoclave or whatever the hell it's called somewhere that we have room. Maybe it'll fit here. It does not fit. Okay. So we gotta make some room somewhere for this. Okay. Wait, I do already have that? No, I don't. Okay, never mind. So I do still need that. I don't need this one though. I already have it down there. So we can put the auto hammer there, I think. Yoink. Yoink. Okay, awesome. We love that for us. I already have a bewitching table, but I'll keep a spare one in case I needed to make something. Let's put these away for now because they're all material and I don't need them right now, at least. We will hold on to the hamoosh. No, we'll put the frogs in the right box. They go in consumables because that's exactly what they are. Unless I don't have room for them, which is also possible. All right. I'll get rid of the bunnies for now. I can always get bunnies if I need them. I think the only thing they build into is either like the explosive bunnies or the food item where you need like 50 of one kind. Okay. I am gonna want to bring some wood with me, Giggity, because I need to set up platforms to farm in the dungeon. Okay. After the ad break, we are going to go to, what's it called? Actually, now that I think about it, I don't want this area to turn for the pylon to not function. So after the ad break, I'm gonna do some terraforming. We will be back shortly. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be an issue. Okay. I might not have the solution I want, so I may possibly have to do it a different way. Okay. All right, Meown, we're back. We're more or less looking for a way to prevent the corruption from taking over one of my biomes. In order to do what I would want, I would need to... Oh, if I have an open house here, we're absolutely going to do that then. So let's see if we can make that work. Because then the alternative is more or less making another house and or having to grab a bunch of seeds and doing it that way. With a Clentomator, I can just spray. Think of it like a flamethrower that instead of fire, it sprays a solution that changes the biome into the solution that the biome matches. So the solution I want is blue solution, and it turns terrain that it comes into contact with into the hollow, and hollow helps stymie / slow down corruption. I think I have a spare house here, so we can definitely put the steampunker in one of these units. And this was the arena I made in my other world to fight Providence. Okay, so we are gonna need to make another house, it looks like. So let's work on that real quick. Unless I have a chest that has solution in it already. I do not. So we need, we're making a small detour just to get another house. Okay. Small detour. This will probably take about 5 minutes. This is all in furtherance of the world we currently have on stream. Okay. Probably needs a little bit more. Yeah, that'll be fine, I think. Let's see if we actually have any block, so I don't have to, like, mine a bunch more of another material. I mean... maybe... Let's see if it counts. Maybe it will. We're making a cloud house. And then we'll try to save the, No. No. We'll use pearl stone from somewhere else for the, surface of it. For the ceiling, I mean. Okay, let's see. Where was that? I need to make sure I don't accidentally select the nuke and blow everything up. That would be very awkward. Not what kids want in their cereal. Okay, that'll do. We can definitely replace most of it with dirt. That'll be fine. Since I don't need the dirt for anything else. Oh no! My minions killed a unicorn. You hate to see it, truly. Not what kids want in their cereal. Okay. Okay. Yeah. No. Alright. The minions do make it hard to approximate where I want my blocks to be, though. Alright. There we go. So that'll be a thing. I do need to make wall, though, and I'm not sure if I have more benches and such yet. It does not appear I do, so I will have to come back and make some other stuff. Let's get rid of all that dirt. No. I'm sure there's some extra trees somewhere that I can use. Yep, that works. Okay. It's not an elegant solution, but it will get the job done. Oh, that's right, because it's not a, it's a pickaxe, not the other thing. Also, I don't want that. Leave me alone. No. Thank you. Make sure to replant these because sustainability is important. Okay. Tree 1, tree 2, tree 3. That's probably enough wood. I'm still gonna need like stone wall, but at least we'll have the stuff I need to make the thing. All right, so good. And then we want to put the steampunker in here because you need to speak to her when she's in the hollow to get the item I'm trying to make. Really? I kind of figured that would be a thing. I guess not. Let's see. That's probably enough. It doesn't match, but we'll make it work. Oh, that is... Okay, that's actually awesome. I'm glad it does match. I was worried that it wouldn't be the same thing, but I was... Past me was smart enough to use pearl wood for all of this. So, there's not an issue where it doesn't match. And then I just need enough pearl wood to make the door. Which, now that I think about it, it does need to be further back because that chest is gonna get in the way of me being able to open the door. There we go. Let's see. This is making it harder to see. We're just gonna remove it for now. Okay. Think we'll do it like this? Yes. That's too short. Oopsie doopsies. That's the wrong one. Yeah, we're just gonna unequip that for now so we don't accidentally nuke our base. That would be unpleasant / not ideal. Just enough to make a door. All right. Let's see if this is gonna count. I know I have some torches. Steampunker, you need to be here. And let's hope this actually counts. All right, it does, okay. So we're gonna log out, we're gonna log back in, we're gonna then buy a bunch of hallowed solution from what's-her-face, and that'll likely be enough to help stymie the flow of, what's it called? Of the corruption in my other world. Because like 40-second pointed out, corruption makes pylons not work, and I absolutely have a pylon in an area where there's corruption on both sides. Okay. We can also put this back on now that we're done building for now. We're slowly getting there. All right. I do have 2 people here, so I definitely could be adding a pylon, and I'm probably going to. Okay, So we're looking for blue solution. This spreads the hollow. We absolutely want a fuck ton of this, so I don't have to do this again. All right. No. Huh. Interesting. What am I missing here now? Who lives here? No one lives here. Okay. Let's put... I think Drunk Princess. She gives, I believe she gives unique stuff when she's in the hollowed place. Okay. So we got the things we needed. Awesome. Love to see it. We're going to port back. We're going to do some stuff. And then we'll be back on the other character. Alright. And we'll make sure to put it in this box. So, yeah. Okay. Where is my solution? It is right there. Awesome. Love to see it. So, we're done with that character for a while. This is all to make sure my forest pylon doesn't get disabled by the corruption on either side. Because the only other solution was to then dirt, seeds, and hope that does the trick. But this will be faster. Okay. It will, I mean, it will still take a minute, but it won't be that bad, I don't think. Okay, so corruption more or less starts like here. So we'll start doing it right now. And then we want to do it on both sides to make sure the corruption doesn't overtake. I want to see what a hollowed toxic lake looks like. I think that will be very funny. It might not even be able to be it. But we're finding out, certainly. Yeah, it doesn't look like it will take over. But at the very least, we have some... hollow at several biomes that are near corruption, and we love that for us. Okay. Okay, so this is relatively safe. This is all, I mean, not all of it. There's still some. So we'll probably go down a little bit to make sure the corruption can't overtake it. Beep. There's also a place I can spread it that has the astral, which is a different kind of corruption added by Calamity. And I bring that up because it takes a minute to be able to deal with the astral infection. So turning it into hollowed is helpful. Okay. Let's port back, and then we'll do the other side as well. Okay. Oh, I see. That's an issue. So, it's no longer gonna be susceptible to corruption, but it's absolutely gonna be an issue now because it's hollowed and my base is hollowed. So, in an attempt to save it from being taken over, I bamboozled myself. And I don't love a bamboozle, but I do technically have the sulfur pylon functioning. I just need to make sure I have more people there for it to function. So that's very awkward. Okay. I suppose in theory, let's grab this pylon. Let's go to the snow pylon. Oh, let's see if we can get around this. Trying to think where we got that from. Was it this? Maybe. All right, let's see. I want to pull this up over here. Ah, that is an issue. Yep. Okay. So, Oh, and then the one pylon I would really like, the universal one, I don't think you get it until you like get 100% in the bestiary, aka collecting all the animals. So I goofed myself and I don't love that. At the very least, we have the snow pylon that we can teleport to. Not ideal. Okay. We do have the crag pylon at least, like that's fine. I think we're gonna put some NPCs in the sulfur pylon, and we'll use that as our one that will get us closer to the dungeon. And we'll put a pin in the, what's it called? We'll put a pin in the one that was meant to be the really quick access to the dungeon, as I did a little self-sabotage, not realizing my implications of my actions. So that's very much an oopsie doopsies, a poopsie whoopsies, and I was not pretending for content. Okay. Okay, so it's Bandit, it's Joe, it's Annabelle, alright? So let's go to the other pylon and we'll resolve that issue. Then we're gonna go in the dungeon for a minute because we need ectoplasm, etc. Okay, so... So it's Joe... What? I'm missing a wall? Really? Where am I missing a wall, though? Okay. Huh. I wonder where I'm missing the wall. That's what I need to know. Not ideal. Looks like we're going back and we're gonna try to patch the wall. I have no idea where the wall is that I'm missing, so that's gonna be big annoying. Let's see. Normally I'm really good about it, but for some reason there is wall missing, and I'm not sure where. I know I had people living in it before, so it makes me wonder if there was damage done by like the environment that made it no longer be intact. So let's see. Let's try to figure this one out. Huh. Maybe that took it over. I'm not sure. Okay, so... I'm hoping that this will be enough, but it might not be. Ah, trashers, they're so silly. Okay, I'm hoping this is enough. That's gonna have to go. I think that's enough. I did all the outer edges. Still missing a wall. Still. I'm tempted just to blow the whole thing up and start from scratch, but I don't want to do that if I can help it. Huh. I'm gonna Google this. Not a specific answer. So I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing. All right. Huh. That's really weird. Maybe it was corrupted or something by the sulfurous sea. I don't know. I think we can resolve it though. Or maybe it was turned into, I don't know. That is quite sus, and I have no clue why it did this. Yeah, maybe the pearl stone turned the wall I had into a different wall, and as such it no longer counts as a wall. Because I remember specifically I had people living in this area, and then all of a sudden no one was there. So it's like, bruh. Okay, so let's keep looking. Okay. Okay. We have an ad break in about a minute. I'm gonna try to finish this up by then. Provided I don't run out of stone, which is also possible. No, we want to go there. Okay. VOD friends, lurkers, I hope you've been enjoying the stream. We looked at some Palace Cats earlier, aka the plush pillow that I bought, and then the Russian nesting doll Palace Cat, and the other Palace Cats. We'll look at some more Palace Cat pictures proper later. Feel free to grab a snack. Please stay hydrated. Get some exercise, stretching if you need to. It's not good to sit down for a long time. And I'll see you all shortly. Okay, so is this fun? So it's gonna be Joe. It's gonna be Anne and Annabelle. Okay. So, what was I using? I was doing this. Hamush. All right, Meow, we do be back, and hopefully my sulfurous sea biome house doesn't fall apart again like last time. If it's intact, we are going to go to the dungeon and finally get around to farming stuff that I'm going to need for Golem. All right. Like, it's definitely a little further than I'd like, but this one didn't function because I turned it into, oh, what's the word? You know. Okay. So, what do I know we don't need? Also, do I technically have enough to build a chest just to have some storage here? Wait, isn't a chest iron? Yeah, let's grab some of that then too. Okay. Iron or lead, it doesn't really matter which one. Either one is adequate when it comes to building the boxes. Excuse me. There we go. We need to put at least some of it away. Alright, we can put a chest here probably then. Yep, okay. That'll do. And then we'll put similar stuff in it compared to before. Uh-huh. Honestly, that one mount isn't even good, so I'm gonna get rid of it. And I'm gonna just put it in here for now. I already have a bunch of Gatligators, so I don't need more of that. I am gonna hold on to the Clentimator and the blue solution. I'm gonna hold on to my mahogany because I need that for building platforms. I need this because it's gel. We need the water candle as well. I suppose we can turn that back into platform. I also like the snap cargo pop of the Toxic Sea. It's kind of neat. We can nix that. I am going to hold on to this because I can only get it from corruption. I am going to hold on to the purification powder in case I find a frog. We're gonna put a bonfire down. Just so I have the regen buff. We'll hold on to the stars. I probably already have a diving helmet, but I don't want to throw one away right now. And now we're gonna pop over to the dungeon. So it's a longer jaunt than I would like, but it's like fine. I'll probably make a forest biome somewhere else, so I'll just grab that pylon when we come back. Burp. All right. Down the dungeon we go. Immunity to fall damage. Love to see it. Oh yeah, spikes are a thing. For some reason I thought I got rid of them all. I think I just avoided them and then I didn't see fit to actually delete them. There we go. I think you have to be below a certain level within the dungeon to get the mobs I need to spawn. Also, I do have my water can. Okay, good. I mean, there's naturally water candles in the dungeon, but if I'm gonna make a... What the fuck? Maybe you got hit by like a trash gator or something? Or a rad, whatever they're called. Okay, so I think we're at the appropriate elevation. I want to find a place that's naturally large enough to farm them out, you know? Okay, so probably here. I remember that now because I placed all those torches there. Okay. Yeah, that's where we're gonna make our arena. These guys are a pain because they can phase through walls, which if you don't have something that has like pass through as a projectile, you more or less won't be able to hit them. They teleport, they do big damage. You hate to see it. Ah, yes, ectoplasm. Spoopy, Sperry, ectoplasm. Ow. Alright, let's drop a bonfire, I guess, like over here. Alright, so we're just gonna put one here then. Alright. Oh, there is already a water candle here. Okay. Also, paladin? No, thank you. No. That's so much damage. Oh, yeah, that does nothing. That is very scary. Yeah, that is doing nothing. Oh boy. Let's see if my range weapon's any better. No, and they bounce. So yeah, no, don't want that. Yeah, we're just gonna do it like this. We have to watch out for the enemy spellcasters because they will throw those like blobs of fire that persist, and they definitely have a larger AoE than I would like. So I have to keep an eye out for those, and I have to keep an eye out for the paladins who have so much health. Yeah, those guys, Diabolus. Diabolus and Hell Armored Bones. Nice. I need that for something, but I think it's like aggro grabbing, so it only works in multiplayer. A heart lantern would actually be nice here, but I don't think I have any extra life hearts at the moment, so that's gonna be kind of spoopy. Okay, I don't need spike. I don't need blue brick. May as well put some banners down. Oh yeah, gotta watch out for those guys. They're tactical skeletons. Okay. I wonder if we can actually blow these spikes up. I don't remember. You can, okay, good, you can. So we are free to basically just chuck all these out so they don't hurt me. That's fine, they don't blow up the dungeon wall, which is also fine. These are biome specific chests. They need a corresponding key, and then they have like a loot table of certain items that would only drop from it. Oh boy. It doesn't have to be all of it. It just needs to be enough that I'm not gonna fall while I'm evading and then die to spikes, you know? Okay. Alright, that's not bad then. I don't know how much ectoplasm we need, but we definitely need some. Alright, those can go, those can go. I have the shadow key, but I don't have any of the gold keys. And I don't think I have any of the biome keys, so I'm not gonna really be able to do anything with those chests for now. Ah! Wrong button. Let's take a gander at some Palace Cats. It's been a minute. We were watching some of the classics yesterday because there were people who weren't aware of Palace Cats. This is one of the OG Body is Round origin. It's presumably, I think it's taken from a DocBox or DocBox TV documentary, and it's presumably several Mongolian men capturing the Palace Cat just for a moment and then letting it go on its way. Oh, that's a thing, right? Sometimes the front end for YouTube I use, it doesn't always want to function. Okay. Absolutely adorable. Massive balls of floof.
Over a kilo heavier. Adults with the fierce-looking face. The body is round, with long, dense fur. The team then releases the cat. His little legs aren't designed for distance.
No, not at all. Designed to be
After a
adorable,
short,
though.
high-speed dash, he stops to survey his surroundings.
Just slinking along, nothing to see. I'm a rock. But yeah, they are tiny. They are adorable. They are threatened, but they're truly remarkable creatures. And sadly, Moose, I mentioned this earlier, he was the male Pallas cat who lived at the Columbus Zoo in Ohio. He passed away today. But he had offspring with Tina, the male Pallas cat, the female Pallas cat there. So Lord willing, we'll have more Pallas cats carry on his legacy. While we're here, we also have this one. These are Pallas cats being fed at a habitat by Amazing Animal Network. The person feeding them is incredibly brave to be wearing shorts around things that can jump up to your waist that have very sharp claws. Couldn't be me. Look at them go. They just grab it and they go yoink. It's actually amazing that there's so many Pallas cats in that exhibit. It makes me think these are all part of one litter, because in the wild, they are solitary. The mama and papa will breed. Then the mom takes care of the Pallas cats alone, and then the dad goes to the store, you know? So this makes me think this is probably later on in the litter's life cycle. There seems to be at least 4 or 5 of them, and we love that because they are adorable. They have high infant mortality rate, and we need more. And that one's eye, it looks like it has trouble seeing out of it. It might be scarred over. It would not be the first time that a Pallas cat had toxoplasmosis, which is a parasite that can be lethal in Pallas cats. And Gorsk, Karaganda, and at least one other one have had an infection from toxoplasmosis, and it ended up either costing them their eye or scarring and disfiguring in like the corner of it, you know? I am choosing to believe this is what heaven's gonna be like. I know there's verses in the Bible that talk about heaven in great detail, but when I go into the afterlife, I want to see some Pallas cats, and I want them to be thrilled to see me too. Oh. Oh, so cute. And they got their little white socks on as well. But that was provided by Amazing Animal Network. They are one of several channels on YouTube that have Pallas cat footage. Not all their footage is Pallas cats, but they have Pallas cat footage, and that's important. Hopefully you all enjoyed that quick little Pallas cat detour. Back to Terraria. We're in the dungeon because we need to get some spooky, scary ghost ectoplasm. We can definitely put a few things away while we're here. We don't need Terraformer. We don't need the blue solution. We're going to continue holding onto the mahogany. We are going to grab at least one heart lantern given the opportunity, since I don't have one over there. I just got to figure out which one we put it in. I may have also grabbed the only life heart I had, which means we'll have to find more. Ah, there's one. I don't need any of these because on my other character, I do have it. And in all honesty, it's not something I'm hugely excited about because it eats a slot for like damage accessories, immune accessories like that. And yeah, exactly. The Paladin Shield, it only functions when you're in a party because it makes you take more damage. At the cost of keeping your teammates alive. Okay. We will hold on to the purification powder. Let's put away the, what can we get rid of? I don't need more Demonite. If I really need Demonite, we can farm that. Let me see how much ectoplasm we need for the Shroomite armor. Okay. Okay, so Shroomite is a lot of bars. Oh, what am I thinking of that needs ectoplasm? Huh. Let me look this one up because I actually don't remember now. Okay, ectoplasm is... Oh, ectoplasm is spectral bars. Okay. And then that's the Spectre armor. So I do need ectoplasm, but I don't need it to make Shroomite. Okay. So we're going to put a pin in that for now, and we're going to start farming for shark fins. Okay. And did we? We are, okay, we were already using it, so that's actually even better. Let's drop some glow sticks to see what's what. I have to be careful here because there is like a neutral NPC that can aggro if you do enough damage to it. And let's be real, it's a hard fight. So I'd rather not accidentally trigger the fight, you know? Okay. So that's, what do we have? We have a frogfish, we have a mummy. The light mummies are from this being hallowed. So technically there is some influence, it would seem. We need sharks. Oh boy, that really falls off. Huh. I do not love that. Okay, I'm probably gonna need either a hunter potion or danger sense just to find the enemies, since it's dark in the ocean and that makes it difficult to find them. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Okay, so we know which box has our quote-unquote consumables. That would be hunter potion. All right. Yoink. We're also gonna try to put a platform like halfway through for the water candle. I just have to find a spot that isn't gonna be consumed by water. Or we'll just put the water candle on the Like right here. Because that's like kind of the middle. Yeah, it's kind of the middle. So the water candle does have a like a pretty decent AoE. Alright, there we go. Alright, hunter potion so we can see enemies. And as long as we stand still, our air is more or less unlimited. I hope I didn't screw myself by making this a hollowed ocean, because if it turns out sharks aren't able to spawn, I'll have to find a different way to get shark fins, which would then realistically be desert, because land sharks are a thing. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's gonna be painful. All right. Oh boy. Earth elementals. Or no, Nidarian. Right, I remember now. Oh, that's Anahita. No, we do not want that. Ad break, I will see you all shortly. Woo! Spoopy. Okay. All right, and we're back. So prior to the ad break, I almost accidentally summoned a mini boss, and by mini boss I mean an actual boss. I did not know that Anahita in her like neutral NPC form wouldn't show up via the hunter potion. So it's like, oh yeah, there's an enemy. I'm killing the enemy, and I'm like, oh no, there's the neutral form of Anahita, and if you do enough damage to that, then it summons the boss. So it's like, oh no. That is definitely going to add a layer of difficulty to trying to farm the shark fins. But I think after you beat her, you then can craft an item that more or less makes it so the neutral NPC to trigger the boss doesn't spawn. So we will absolutely be doing that at some point. Okay. I'm torn in the sense that I want to make some glow torches that work underwater, and or grab several items that will give me light around my character, but then that's going to eat into my resistances, because the accessory ones at least are going to eat a slot. So I might have to suck it up and just do the underwater torches. There's Nidrion, which is fine, but I need sharks. And I mean, it's an ocean. Like, it's definitely large enough to be an ocean, because the other ocean enemies are spawning, but for some reason the sharks don't want to show up. Box jellyfish. They're an upgraded version of the jellyfish. Yet another denizen added by Calamity. What the? Oh, that was a squid. Not a big squid, but a squid nonetheless. Alright. Oh, dolphin. Dolphin, I think, are neutral critters, so there's no reason for me to fight that. There we go. I mean, we can still use it to see, so it's not nothing. Okay. These are useful because they build into several accessories, some for like recovery. Other ones are part of like an elaborate diving suit that makes it easier to traverse the abyss, as it were. All right. Got an eel. Not what we need though. We need shark, because we need fins. I think we need like 5 fins to upgrade the mini shark into the mega shark. Got some storm elementals. That's neat. Mr. Krabs, sorry. Honestly, I might grab those torches just so it's easier to see underwater. Let's let our health, well, not health, our air recover. Oh, okay, it's down there. That's amore. It's kind of funny seeing the cloud elementals spawn underground. And by underground, I mean underwater. I don't need a pirate map. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab those torches. That'll make it easier to see down there. So I won't have to constantly be swinging my weapon. Okay. I know I have some. And if I don't have some, I know I can make some. Alright, let's figure out where I would have put them. Okay, not that. Not that either. Okay. No. No. I know what it's called, I just don't remember which box we ended up putting it in. I'm trying to avoid like breaking the progression entirely, which is why for the most part I've only used this character to like excavate out a few things rather than using it for anything else. Ah, this was the water box. Okay. We have some torches, so I think we'll be okay. I don't want to use a lot of them, but I definitely need to make some. Provided that recipe is still up to date. For all I know, it's an outdated recipe at this point. We're gonna have to see who I need to talk to make that. Let's see. Okay. Well, that doesn't really help me because it needs to be the right torches. Okay. Abyss torch, it's furniture, well. Oh, they did edit it. Okay. So yeah, that was once again an outdated recipe. So we need abyss gravel. Do navy prism torches work underwater though? Maybe? I mean, I would think so since prism shards are underwater. Do we even have abyss gravel? I might not. On the upside, we don't need the luminil for it, and luminil is relatively expensive, so I didn't want to be wasting that, given the opportunity. Alright, so... no. Maybe some? Yes, that does work. Okay, that's awesome. We'll grab, like... We'll just grab some. We don't need a lot. We just need enough to be able to see underwater without having to constantly wave my weapon around, possibly aggroing that boss that I'd rather not fight until I'm ready for it. So chat, are you doing well? Are you having as good of a Thursday as you can? Have you had dinner? Are you enjoying the stream? Feel free to send me feedback. And if anyone doesn't know, normally I stream Radical Red. It's a difficulty ROM hack of Fire Red. Every Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. For the next 2 weeks, I will be playing Terraria Calamity mod. Then we're gonna go back to Radical Red. It's nice to have a palate cleanser, you know? Alright. I don't have infinite underwater here, so I gotta do this relatively quickly. And or put them in the box. Okay. Yeah, we'll put them in the box by the ocean biome. That way, if I need to place more, I can. Also, I actually don't know if I have enough material to make a box. I don't. I need more wood. Giggity. Okay. Remember, always replace the trees. If only it were so simple in real life. There you go. Oh, I need to be at a workbench, right? Okay. There you go. Pearl wood chest. And then all we're putting in there is the spare torches. Spare torches and iron. Okay, that's fine then. Let me double check to see how many shark fins I need for Mega Shark. Five shark fins, okay. So that's ideally not bad, but we haven't seen any sharks spawn yet. We've seen eels and a few other things. Okay. Whee! Down we go. I mean, I actually like the ocean. It's more the fact that there's things in the ocean that are terrifying. And God didn't give us gills. He didn't give us flippers. So I'm staying on the land. There you go. I am gonna grab some more of the torches. I'm gonna put them on that incline. As expected, the sharks are able to blend in quite well in the darkness. Alright. Honestly, I don't know what the frogfish is. It kind of looked like a stonefish. It also didn't help that I think I got poisoned by it, maybe. Unless it was just like one tick of damage. Either way, spoopy. Okay, torches, yes. So, one there. Every so often, just so I can see a bit better. Yeah, this is the neutral NPC, right in the corner. And if you do enough damage to her, then it spawns a boss. I initially saw it and I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. I can take this. And then I got into the fight and I'm like, oh, it's two bosses and it's terrifying and it's kind of like Duke Fishron, but you can fight it earlier and it's a lot harder than I thought it would be. Okay. And she can technically spawn anywhere in the water. So it's not like I could put a torch next to her and it would be like, oh, this is where she is, you know? Alright, yeah, let's do that. I might need to make more down here, And if I have to, I technically can. Oh, that's right, I can because I have coral. Okay. I definitely prefer the purple/pink water to normal dark blue water. I think the music is slightly different because of it as well, because it's the hallowed biome. Alright, that's not bad. Box jellyfish, scary. I think I'm gonna put a second platform down here. Just so I don't have to completely free fall. Not a shark, but alright. Thankfully, the Nidrion aren't super dangerous. They only have like 280 HP. And you find them like really early in the desert. And because this is also desert, I suppose, that's why they're spawning. Okay. See, because now there, she moved. She's right there now. So it's like, oh, that's fun. Let me get a bit more coral so we can put a few more down. Sorry, Charles. No, we want coral, not shell. Coral. Coral! It will regrow. Alright. Oh, that's not a big deal. We can ignore that. Angry Cloud. I'm never not gonna chuckle seeing a sky elemental spawn underwater. Alright. We stay still every so often to let our air recharge. Cha-cha! And we're free to do that because we have an unlimited bag of arrows. We can't be knocked back, so that's kind of nice. Ah, there, it's right over here. Finally, a shark. Sharks really got a bad rap, too. Like, when Jaws, the film, was being made, they deadass, like, what the people in charge went out of their way to talk to scientists to, like, drum up all the science that would support sharks being, like, murderous monsters. When in reality, dolphins are shitters. And ever since, sharks been catching strays. And I hate that for them, because sharks are really cool. Not to say that dolphins can't be cool either, but dolphins aren't getting a bad rap, like public enemy #1, compared to, you know, compared to sharks. So we have 1 shark fin, we need at least 4 more. What is that? Oh, it's a mana shrimp. Those are good. Those guys are neat too. We can put a few more down. Okay. Okay. And that's even with a water candle, so the sharks do be not wanting to show up, it would seem. Then again, if I knew someone was trying to murder me, I probably wouldn't make myself available in a video game. I have one of these, so I don't need the other one. Which means off into... Actually, let's make it so they can spawn below me as well, to help with the spawn rate. There we go. Some nice soothing underwater fishing. Hiding in the corner in that bottom left area. She's very sneaky. Okay. The urchins can drop barbs that are, I think, a rogue throwing weapon. I think they can also technically drop dye, but I usually don't bother with the dye. Sometimes I will, but I usually do not. It's like, eh. There we go. No, let's move that. There we go. Sorry, Mr. Shrimp. It was self-defense, I swear. Yeah, the black ink. I believe that's the dye. Yep, no, I'm good. I mean, black as far as a dye, it's pretty great. But, if I really want, like, dyes, I can go look for the strange plants and give them to the NPC that has dyes. Sorry, Charlie. He's off to the glue factory. Okay, where is that coming from? Which side? Maybe from... Oh, there he is. Okay. We have an ad in about 30 seconds. I'll probably do this until I get all the shark fins we need. And if we don't get the shark fins, then we'll continue that on Meownwell. Since I want to be able to use Mega Shark for trash mobs and or maybe Golem, if it turns out the weapon that they recommend doesn't end up doing the trick. We'll be right back. All right, Meow, and we're back. We need 2 more fins, then we'll be able to make our Mega Shark. I'm pretending that when we do harvest the shark, I'm just eating all of the shark and then I'm collecting the fin. Because in the real world, people absolutely do harvest shark for their fin and then they let them just die in the water, and it is a horrible practice. So while in video game it's like, haha, funny, I need to harvest animal for X thing, the sad reality of it is so much worse. And I hate that for us. I have to be careful to not do enough damage to that NPC. When I was fighting the sharks earlier, I took her down to like half. All right. I can always farm more unicorn. That's not a big deal. We can get rid of the platform as well. I'm gonna hold on to these torches for Meow. So, chat, do you have any plans for Friday? Your weekend? Anything to look forward to? I'll be playing Pokemon, playing other games, watching people stream respective games, going to make some, what's it called? Soup in the crock pot, probably on Friday, or maybe Saturday. Okay, we did get all the fins we needed, so we love that for us. Now we can go make our Mega Shark. I'm pretty sure I have the quote-unquote illegal gun parts, because you can get those relatively early from the arms dealer in a video game. We just gotta find all of it. Okay, so I can always buy another forest pylon. It's not a huge deal. So it's Fright, Might, Sight, the gun parts, and then the mini shark, which becomes the Mega Shark, which becomes the Space Dolphin machine gun, which then becomes like there's a whole sequence, you know. I'm pretty sure I put the gun parts in my ammo box because I knew I would need them later, you know. We have 2 of these. I can definitely get rid of 1. We will hold on to this for now. We can definitely get rid of these. Okay. I think I know what happened. I probably used it to make Gunk Shot. Okay. Arms dealer is where? Arms dealer is at the snow. Okay. Oh, there it is. No, I don't know. I don't want to know how Baby Shark was made. We also want to buy the Uzi because that does upgrade into something else. Oh, come on, really? Does it have to be at night? Let's find out. Okay. At night. Okay, that's fine. So we'll buy at least 2 of them because I know there's several weapons we need that require the quote-unquote illegal gun parts. And this is the cyborg? Oh, it is. Okay. I need at least one thing here. Not this. No. Oh, that's right, because it has to be during specific events, I think. Sadly, doesn't build into anything. We already have the permafrost concoction. Consumable. I think we already have the cryogenic staff. I'll come back if it turns out I don't have it yet. Okay. Okay, I don't. So we would want that then. All right, that's fair. Problem is the weapons that you can get from the Archmage, they turn into a rogue throwing weapon. And you're not really going to be stealthed against a boss. So it's like, you know. I do need to convert the Ranger emblem into something, so we will be grabbing that 100%. We're going to put the Uzi in here for now. Trying to think if there's anything else I can grab that would be useful. I don't think the Frostbite Blaster converts into something I can use until either post Moonlord or like around Moonlord. All right, let's see. Is it technically night yet? It is. Okay, good. So we'll buy a few of those, and that will be our solution. We'll have Mega Shark. Then we need to make a bunch of chlorophyte ammo, so we have more or less a mobbing ammo type. Okay. I think that's realistically all we needed. Yes. We know Mega Shark does build into something else, but I don't know if I have the thing that it builds into yet. Like if I have the ability to have it build into the other thing. Let's see. Oh, I'll have to pull it up on the over here. All right. We know it's a gun. We just have to figure out what the name of its like second form is, you know. All right, so I think Plague Tainted SMG, that's what the Uzi becomes. I know the musket builds into the Nitro Express rifle. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. That's fine. Yes, Plague Tainted SMG is indeed from the Uzi. Okay. Okay, not what we need. That's shotgun, which makes sense. Yeah, we don't have the thing it builds into just yet. Animosity sadly doesn't build into anything. Leviathan. Oh, okay. So there is another upgrade, but we don't have the Archer Fish yet, and we don't have the stuff to make Megalodon. So it looks like we're gonna be using Mega Shark for a while, and then eventually we'll have the Archer Fish, and that will give us access to the Megalodon. Then once we get around to / after Moonlord, we have Sea Dragon. So what we want now is a bunch of chlorophyte. which does give me the opportunity / excuse to work on a chlorophyte farm, because homing bullets are from chlorophyte bars and bullets, and they don't do a lot of damage, but the weapon has a high fire rate and it solves accuracy, which is really nice, especially if the enemy is super fast. Okay, ammo. I just have to remember where I put all my chlorophyte now. There's also the consideration that instead of getting all the ammo for the Mega Shark, that I build the Shroomite bars, because chlorophyte plus mushroom equals shroomish bar. Shroomish bar becomes shroomite armor, which would be a better armor specifically for what my build's gonna be, versus just using my generic armor. Okay, so here's some chlorophyte. We don't have a lot of chlorophyte. We have a fair amount of perennial. Okay, this is where a bunch of our life crystals are, so we can make more heart lanterns. That's good. Okay. Let's grab a bunch of mud, because we will need that for the chlorophyte farm. Hold on to the bullets for now. Yeah, I think I am going to do the Shroomite armor instead. Okay. No, let's keep that there for ammo. Let's put the souls back where they need to be, so I'm not losing out on them. Okay. I'm trying to be at least somewhat organized here, even if it's only a little bit. Okay. Ectoplasm, pixie dust. Ah, there's chlorophyte ore. I'm like, there's no way I only have 19 bars, you know? So then the bottleneck is gonna be the glowing mushroom. Hold on to that. Literally do not care about pirate event. The thing I need, it can't even drop right now, so it's like, Lamau. Keep the gel for the flamethrower. Keep the hummush for the demon altars. Quick stack. Shark tooth necklace is good. It's great because it's a flat armor pen. So for something that doesn't have like a high base damage, cutting down enemy defense is going to do more work than having high base damage, you know? And I know it builds into something else, but what I don't remember is, do I actually want to upgrade it or keep it as is? In fact, I don't even know if I can, because I think it needs like something else. And not all upgrades retain the bonuses, right? Yep, that's exactly what it is. So, yes, it is a direct upgrade, but I do not have... Let's see. I do not have the ability to summon that boss yet. Okay, we do still need Might Sight Fright because we want to make our Avenger emblem, which is just free damage provided I have the slot open, which I think I do, because I'm still using that Breathe Underwater one. As until now, I literally forgot that I still had it equipped. Alright. Oh, it's Tinkerer's Workshop, right. Okay. Alright, yep. And then we want to go warding, because flat damage, flat defense, and % damage reduction. When you have a chest piece that's like 10 armor, 2 accessories having 5 armor, you basically get a free piece of armor. So it's nice to have. Like, I'm always going to be getting hit by things, you know? So I may as well build for that inevitability, right? Where are you? Avenger Emblem. Okay. So, yes, warding. And you also get a 1% damage reduction. So that's like... It will be like 6% in addition to all the other damage reduction. There's a lot of stuff that's going to hit you, so it helps having as much as you can, in my opinion. As long as you're not sacrificing too much damage to get there. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more mushrooms. We do have several mushroom biomes, though, so it's not a huge thing. Auto hammer is over here. Oh, no, it's down here. Right. Okay. So... I guess we're just gonna make... We're gonna make a lot more bars, but we're not going to use up all of it, because something you can do for the quote-unquote chlorophyte farm... I'm not sure what the quote-unquote elevation of it needs to be, but it needs to be either below a certain level or only in the jungle biome. But you put a piece of chlorophyte ore in mud, and then over time it will convert the mud around it into chlorophyte. So as long as you leave a little piece of chlorophyte left, you have a sustainable source of chlorophyte. We'll do that. Okay. So now our bottleneck is we need more glowing mushroom. Mushroom, mushroom! Okay. I think I need like, what, 40 bars to do a full set of armor? I don't want to craft it until I can just completely swap out the armor. So we would be realistically going... Shroomite Mask, because that's going to be firearm. Let me look. Yeah. Okay. Chest needs a lot, so it's going to be a minute. Let's go to where I know... Well, never mind. Solar Eclipse. So this is going to be terrifying. It's a mini-boss. It's a boss event, and it's basically what if Blood Moon was hard. But it does drop stuff that we need, so we're gonna do it. This is our first solar eclipse as well. Okay. Solar eclipses last the whole day, so this is gonna be the duration of the stream. I definitely don't feel like I have the damage for this. There are several mobs in this that do a lot of damage or have way too much HP. So like the Paladin and the casters in the dungeon, there are certain ones you have to prioritize. the water candle, so we're getting even more spawns. Yeah, Nailhead is one of the tankier boyos. So is the Moth. I don't have any mini shark. I don't have the chlorophyte bullets right now, so I'm not going out of my way to using the mini shark. The mini shark also isn't reforged, so it's not even a good roll at the moment. And by mini shark, I mean mega shark. I'm trying to focus on not being dead. We'll be snoozing these ads as well. Pretty much all the mobs that spawn during the solar eclipse are fictional monsters. So you have like the Moth, the Thing from the Deep, vampires, probably werewolves, various ghosts, etc., you know. In that sense, it's like an upgraded version of the Blood Moon, because the Blood Moon also has things like vampires, zombies, etc. Oh my. Hellraiser, but I think they call him Pincushion in this. Nailhead. Yeah, there you go. And then Butcher is Leatherface. He's got a pig mask and a chainsaw. And it's even got spooky piano music in the background. Swamp creature, aka Thing from the Deep. I mean, we're getting through it, but we still have a ways to go. And they also dropped solar veils, which is a new kind of material that was added to Calamity for various crafting things. It makes the event more lucrative, as it were. Which, you know, it's always nice when things that are challenging become more rewarding. Also, with this being my first solar eclipse, it'll be dropping things I haven't had the opportunity to get yet, which is always nice. Yeah, the Moth has 6,000 HP and it does a pretty good bit of damage, so we do want to get it down as soon as we can. Snooze the ad. I am gonna need to loot / sell a few more things, because loot on the ground will eventually despawn, and if it's possible, I don't want to lose it, you know? Oh, for fuck's sake. I need to find someone I can actually sell stuff to. Don't need. Need. Don't need. Don't need. Okay. I can definitely get rid of the vanity items, but any of the other stuff I want to make sure I'm holding on to if it's a material. Yeah, I don't care about that. Not to say there isn't a place for vanity items, but more the fact that I already have one I'm using, so it's like, meh. Alright. I'm gonna pop over here because sometimes there will be drops that only spawn / things that you can get from event exclusive NPCs, you know? Alright, so what about you? No, does not appear so. Okay. No. We'll keep that. Alright. Don't need. It's a painting. Okay, that's useful, I think. Okay. Let's see if Arms Dealer has anything. He might, I don't remember. No, he does not. It's not a material, so we can get rid of that. Okay. I think Cyborg does, though. Let me double check. No, he does not. Okay. What about you, Archmage? No, he does not either. Okay. So we're not missing out on anything there, at least. I don't want to be too far away from home because the mobs will just kill all my NPCs. And I kind of want to keep them alive for now. We're going to snooze all these ads, since I want to wrap this up after the solar eclipse. There we go. VOD friends, lurkers, everyone who's been here today, thank you for being there. Thank you for stopping by to keep me company. Hopefully the Palace Cats, me struggling, the Terraria, it's all been enjoyable for you. For those who don't know, I stream every Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Normally it's Pokemon Radical Red, a difficulty around Hacker Fire Red. But for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be Terraria Calamity mod. And I wouldn't be able to do this without your support, and I am grateful for that. I hope everyone is able to have a good rest of their Thursday into Friday and weekend. I will be back per usual on Meownday. We are going to get through this. It is going to be okay. And hang in there. I'm going to have to sell some more stuff, it looks like. Okay, nix that, nix that. Hold on to the sickle. Okay. I do think they drop better stuff after Golem, but I'm not certain. Often when you reach new milestones as far as the progression goes, there will be new events. Events will have like higher tiers, stages, etc. Sometimes it's like, oh, you can only get this if you've already beaten them, or if it's at night, or if it's at a blood moon, etc., you know? Like the arms dealer only selling the gun parts at night, or I think the cyborg only selling certain kind of rockets, or the steampunker or the dryad selling certain things in various biomes times a day and whatnot. Then I think there's some that are as specific as like specific NPC in its favorite biome next to a neighbor that it likes the most at max happiness while Venus is in retrograde, you know? Okay, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that as well. All right. So I wasn't expecting the solar eclipse, but we've been doing hard mode for a bit, and this is the first time we've had one. And I don't want to jinx it, but no one's died yet, so that's not bad. Now, of course, if it's a blood moon immediately after this, I'll fucking lose my mind, but, you know, we'll be fine. Somehow. We just need to hold out for another, I think, hour in-game. I know I can upgrade my Axe of Purity into something else, but I'm not sure if it loses functionality in the upgrade as some items, weapons do. For example, you can turn one of the magic quivers into like a stalker or molten quiver, and you lose at least one of the baseline benefits. So it's not really better, you know? All right, we did it. We made it past that. We have an ad break. That'll give me an opportunity to catch my breath. We'll then look at one or two more palace cats, find someone to raid, and send it off to them, you know? That also gives me a chance to look up what I need solar veils for. Oh, it's only for rogues. Okay, that's fair. Alright everyone, we're back. We made it past the first solar eclipse. We were able to get the Mega Shark. So on Monday, we will be fixing to set up the arena for Golem and see if we can actually beat Golem after finishing up farming the rest of my Shroomite armor, since I need a lot of damage and the Shroomite armor is geared towards range. Ideally, the weapon they recommend is gonna do the trick, but I know that I can use Mega Shark to kill it if that one doesn't do the trick. Let's take a gander at one or two more Palace Cats, and we're gonna find someone to raid. It's always good to pay it forward as you would, you know? Alright. So for anyone who isn't familiar, there is a resource called Monolization. It's a website that has pictures, videos, photos, a forum, and it's run by people who have a passion for the Palace Cat, also known as the Meownwell. It is a threatened wild cat predominantly in Asia. The body is round, rounded ears, rounded eyes. They'll put their paws on their tail to keep their feet warm. They are threatened. There's less than 57,000 in the world, and they are super adorable. This is Sun Xiaoman. I believe this is Dunzi's mom, because Dunzi's sister sadly passed away earlier this year. Truly a magnificent specimen. You got the white and black fur mixing together here. The brown boots, white socks, very stripy tail, very stripy feet. Absolutely magnificent, truly one of God's finest creatures. And this is at the Qinghai Tibet Plateau Wildlife Zoo, and this was taken earlier this year. And by this year, I mean September 24. This is Sun Shangyang. This might actually be the sister. Let's see. No, this is not the sister. She is 5 years old. Unknown parents. Oh, so she's the mom of Sun Danyang. Danyang is the one that passed away this year, sadly. And we fucking hate that. Absolutely not having any of your shenanigans. Even giving you the eyebrow. Not enthused at all. This was taken also in September. And these are all by Timothy Lee. This is Dunzi. He's remarkable, truly. He's got the big old boots. Looks majestic as frick. The signature white under the chin. Truly remarkable creatures. I hope you all can appreciate them as much as I do. Let's find someone to raid now. Let's see if this is a thing. It can always be tricky to find someone who is streaming. Sometimes they're going offline, sometimes they don't allow raids, etc. Or they're during a commercial break. So we'll wait for their commercial break to be over. Alright, we did find someone, hopefully. VOD friends, lurkers, thank you everyone who is here. I appreciate you all continuing to watch the VODs. May you have a good rest of your weekend, Thursday, Friday. Stay safe. Please make good choices. We are going to get through this. It's going to be okay. even if it doesn't seem like it. Let's see. I just want to wait for their ad to be Jover. That way when they shout us out, it's not like, oh yeah, I can't hear you because my ad. And they are back. So hell yeah, let's send them some love. Their name is Mango Han.